Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
We got to figure out Hangouts on air is going away later this year.
Yeah, I don't
We're
know. Like
shutting this
everybody's
down
like
too.
complaining about it.
Well,
They're
but it's
all
because there's not an easier option, right? Like this is something that works very well, so I understand why people are frustrated.
yeah.
We
Like
had this
I don't
conversation
know.
earlier.
Are we going to go? Like, are we going back to Audible or whatever the other stuff?
Audacity. It's a
Audacity. Yeah,
it's a giant pain in the ass.
it is because it's a whole thing about clapping and syncing.
Yeah, but we'll figure it out. This is going to be a short one just because I don't know, man. I was in such a good mood to do this. I was like ready to go. And then, you know how, I don't know.
You know how people always disappoint you.
You know how people are just people. Does it make sense? Look at if in a hypothetical situation where a kid is riding her bike and her chain, I don't know, something happens and then she can't pedal.
Okay. Yeah.
And she
It fell
stops
off or something.
she stops and well no she can't even pedal, like it doesn't move, like it's locked.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
so she gets off of it, like as soon as she
Huh?
stops she can't get it, she gets off, she's like something's wrong.
Yep.
Would your first reaction to be to get on your kid's bike and hammer on the pedal as hard as you can?
Probably not.
Yeah, mine either. So now something that was very easy to fix is now going to be like a half-hour job at best.
Ooh.
And I don't want to whatever. And so that's what I mean. It sucks when like and this is something that I know about myself that I have to get better with, is that if something pisses me off, it's not always the easiest to kind of pull myself out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can do it okay. And tonight is not one of those times.
Well, I think my job, by its very nature, requires me to be better at that than I actually.
Well, mine does too, which is why I don't want to deal with it when I get home.
Yeah.
Right? Like I and maybe this is not fair, but I expect more at home than I do at work.
Yeah, it's not fair to anybody at all.
No. And I don't want to make it
No.
seem like, I'm blaming anybody, or it's just, I just don't like dealing with it. I have to, and it's a non-issue. And I understand that. I get all the things that, like, I get it. That doesn't mean
Well,
I
it's just
still want to do
frustrating
it.
because you went through a whole day, you kept your whatever in check, and then you come home and expecting, okay, this is just going to be like the easy part now, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. It
Yeah.
happens.
As far as video games are good, so like I say, it's going to be a shorter one. Just if I think there's probably quite a bit of crossover between somebody who might listen to this and somebody who might watch Evangelion.
Yep.
But if you don't, Ava hit Netflix earlier this week. And so we've been doing a little bit of a viewing party and get, 4 people together and just chat over Hangouts while we watch it, kind of in sync with each other. I like the synchro jokes yesterday were pretty good.
Yep.
It was good. I really enjoyed it yesterday, to be honest, and so I'm looking forward to it tonight. So if it's a little short, then that's a reason.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing if my discussion or discourse changes as well. Like I really have not, like, I know you kind of went through a prep before that, but discounting that, like,
A prep, like
I
watch the
haven't watched
entire
it.
thing and finished like less than a week ago. Yeah,
Right. But let's discounting that. Like, when's the last time you watched it?
I'm going to say probably 2008.
Wow. See, I don't think I've watched it since around 2002.
That would have been the time before.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. That's not true. It wasn't 2008. It was more recent. I'm going to say 2000. So I watched it 2019.
Yeah.
I watched it, I'm going to say 2014. 2009, probably 2002 before that, and then like I don't know 8 times before between 2002 and 1996.
I'm talking about like the original series too, like
Yeah, so am
not the
I.
new movies and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I see. So the thing is, I haven't watched it in like what is that, like 16 years now, like since university, and like a lot of it is still in my head, like surprising amount. Like I'm just like, but that might be because I watched it like a billion times, and I'm not even joking. I must have watched it like.
Literally a billion times.
Well, okay, look, I I can say I've watched all episodes of the original TV series at least 10 times in my lifetime.
Yeah,
So, and
yeah,
all of them were concentrated probably within like a 5-year span or so, right?
yeah,
5 to 10 year span.
yeah.
So,
I read something the other
oh
day that was really interesting. Sorry if you're listening to this and you're curious, maybe you didn't pick up what we're talking about. There's a Japanese cartoon that came out in 95, I think it was 94, 95.
yeah,
Neon Genesis Evangelion. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on Netflix. Um, I had this same experience. It's interesting. I read something. I mean, there's been a lot of hot takes, but it's also been a lot of people kind of reminiscing and talking nostalgia about the show. And I read something. Somebody said, I'm into this and this and this. Is this show for me? And someone had said that he finds a good barometer for whether you're going to be into it or not. If you've ever had anxiety or depression, or you're into Twin Peaks, then you'll probably like Ava. I was like, okay, I can kind of see that.
because you like check a lot of those boxes yourself, or
Well, yeah, those all of those apply to me. um, it's an experience for sure. I'm curious to hear more about what people are feeling going forward. For me, again, I can kind of speak to it in a little bit of a special way just because I just finished it before it hit Netflix. Um, but I had a different experience with it this time than I ever have before. Like the kids meant nothing to me this time. Like they were like side characters, and I really felt like it was the Misato show, which was not what I expected. But like in a big way, like not even like, no, I can see, I because I connect with her more, or because I relate to her more because I'm older, whatever. Like not so much that. It's like for the first half of the series, it's about her, which is super interesting and not what I expected.
the thing that like, and I'm going off of memory, and the way that I remember it was there's a layer of like the main layer, which is the kids level of things, and then there's the Misato Kaji Ritsuko, like that layer, like that's hovering on top, which you don't really get an in-depth layer of seeing all of it, but it's there like throughout the series, and I don't know if I'm misremembering that. But that'll be
Um,
interesting to see whether
yeah.
that connects more.
The other thing, I don't know if I talked to you about it, but I found that watching it this time, um, that stuff, the Misato Kaji Ritsuko stuff, seems so young. Like I remember
Mm,
watching it as a teenager and saying, this is a world I don't yet understand. I get that there's adult things happening here, and I
yep.
get that these are adult themes, but I don't have any experience, and so I don't totally connect to this. But I appreciate that it's here. You know what I mean?
And now
Watching it,
you shot past that
yeah,
age group.
no, honest truth. And so looking at them, like these are the easiest problems to deal with because they're like these are young adult problems that are not the same way that we look at kids and say these are not problems, right? Like it's
Yeah.
the same kind of thing. Like I get it and I understand at the time they're problems. At the time when you're a child, they're problems. But now they're not problems, right?
So it's funny. Are you like at the stage now? Are we at the stage like I'm gonna watch it this time? I'm gonna be connecting more with Gendo and
And
Fuyutsuki
Fuyutsuki,
about
yeah.
like old men trying to
Yeah.
deal with
Bring it on. Bring it
budgetary
on.
problems,
Don't give
and a
shit about that
committee
either.
breathing down my neck all the time.
Let's talk about video games.
Sure.
Um, I think I talked about Octahedron a little bit last week.
Yeah.
It's
Still floating your boat.
not really. I haven't really played it since.
Mm.
Um, like to the point, I like it, but I think I'm gonna probably take it off my playing list and put it in my played list, you know?
Yep. Yep.
Just the way it goes sometimes, right?
Yep.
Did
you do the Monster Hunter thing?
No, I downloaded it and I didn't play it.
I didn't even download it.
But I want to leave it and see how things go. Did I
Like,
say
what are you going to get from that? Is the thing. Like,
nothing?
it's not like you're right. You're automatically going to buy it.
Yeah,
I mean, you bought it.
I have already. Yeah. So Octahedron, do you know? Did I talk about Spider Solitaire F last time? I can't remember if I bought it before or after the show.
Oh, what the hell, is Spider Solitaire F?
Just Spider Solitaire for Switch. F.
For such an awesome name, they like really let it down, man.
Why?
I don't know. It's like Spider Solitaire F. It should be like the final version of Spider Solitaire.
No, F stands for Fly High.
Oh.
The publisher is Fly High Works. And I mean it's just Spider Solitaire, but that's what I wanted. It was on sale. It was like $4 or something, so I was happy with that. Kid and I finished. Again, same thing. I can't remember what it said last week, but Kid and I finished all the multiplayer levels on Piku Niku for Switch, which was super fun. I played the single player is not as compelling. I'm right close to the end, and I have to kind of push myself into finishing it, but I will. The two games that I feel require some talk. I bought My Friend Pedro, the banana one.
Yep.
I don't love it. I'm finding that there's a lot of people online that are into it and are excited by it. I don't know. I don't give a shit at all. I've played it maybe 20 minutes and I don't really have any feeling to go back to it, which is too bad because I like pre-purchased it like almost a month ago. Like I was really excited for it when they showed it at was it through a direct or something a while back?
I believe so. This is the one where it's like the guy's jumping in the air, like spinning and shooting
the gun
everything?
kind of thing, yeah. What was do you remember when they showed that? I forget what it's called now, but that music racing.
It was a direct. I think it was
it just a direct?
wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
pretty
remember.
sure.
But when they announced a bunch of games like that, I don't know. It's fine. Control system is fine. Like it just seems very just. I feel like I've played this before.
There's not enough uniqueness to it other than like, I don't know, like the banana.
But that's just like gimmicky bullshit. Like that has nothing to do with the actual gameplay, right?
Yeah,
Like
and it doesn't really like add thematically all that much, does it?
And it's not that funny, I feel, so I don't know. It's okay. I was disappointed though for sure. Maybe if I put some more time into it, maybe I get further along and more interesting things will happen.
I get I know we were just talking about Devolver the other day, but that happens a lot to me with Devolver games.
Yeah, I'd
agree. To be honest, like, yeah, and I think like, for example, like I kind of like the concept and whole thing about reigns. I don't know if you played that. It's basically like you swipe left and right to say yes or no as the king of a kingdom, and you have to kind of manage 4 different things, like between appeasing the church, appeasing the people, appeasing your military and stuff, and you have to manage those bars and choose wisely through this kind of adventure, like ruling over your kingdom. And it's kind of straightforward, like yes no card game, and the whole concept's neat. A lot of the stuff's there. It's just there's something missing from it that doesn't quite hit the mark 100% for me. And I don't know, like there's a lot of Devolver games like that that put me in that mind.
The idea is strong, but it just I don't know. It's okay. The other game that I played was a game that was on sale on Steam called Chinese Parents.
And you graciously gifted it to me, but I haven't had the chance to start it up yet, or even accept the gift yet.
I think that you'd be into it because it's very similar to. Do you know what game I'm talking about?
Detention?
No. Well, no, it's not like Detention at all. It's like you know which one. Long Live the Queen. Like Princess.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's very unexpected.
you raise Chinese Parents is a game where you start off as a baby, and as a baby, there's a grid that you build your skills with, and so each how it works is in turns. I think it's each year. Like 1 year is one turn, and so what you do is that you have a couple of different phases. The first one is to go into your grid, and you can unlock higher charisma or constitution or intelligence, EQ, this kind of stuff, right? Like you build your stats. And then based on those stats, you can unlock abilities that you can train. And so you have 6 options each year to say, I want to train this. And then based on what you train, you can learn new skills or it ups some of your stats before you do the grid thing again, right?
Wow, that's very Princess Maker long.
It's exactly the same thing. And so
Cool.
as you get older, like there's different stages of life. So you start as baby, and it's really, really cool. So you start as baby and everything's fine. And then you're toddler, and then you start kindergarten, and then the testing stuff starts, like it's Chinese Parents, right? And so then it introduces a new mechanic where you have a stress level and a parent satisfaction level. And so
That's amazing.
so if you choose activities that will improve your math or your language ability or your friendship, whatever, this kind of thing, then your parents gauge will go up, the satisfaction gauge will go up, but your stress level will also go up. And if you choose an entertainment one, like you can as a toddler, you can play at the park or watch cartoons or do something like this, then your stress level will go down, but your parent satisfaction gauge will go down as well. And so you go through trying to make your parents happy, trying to like improve yourself. And then there's a whole bunch of different trees that you can kind of, it's like a, the idea I was looking at the, not achievements, but there's a place where as you get towards the end of things, it like based on your stats, it'll push you into, whether it's a doctor or an arts thing or whatever, like your job is.
Right.
And so that's where the unlocks come from. And then, so you finish a cycle. And when you finish, you have a kid. And then your next run through is your child from that play.
Huh.
Do you know what I mean? So it gives you like a family tree that you can follow, like as you play multiple times as you go through.
So you can disappoint 2 generations of
Oh, you
parents.
can disappoint all kinds of generations.
Sweet.
So it's pretty cool. The art's pretty fun. It's
Mm.
very quirky. It's very very Chinese. I really like. I wish they implemented it better, but they have. Say there's a scenario, because what'll happen is that you have. I'm gonna guess. I forget what it is. 8 to 10 different things that happen, and so
Yep.
in a year you have like the 6 things that you trained, but there's also like 3 or 4 events that occur.
Okay.
There's like face battles, like saving face battles against like neighbors and whatever else, and so you have to use your skills so your parent can brag about you against someone else. But
Are they like automatic flags, like how in Save the Queen was? Like you know how it just automatically checks, like, do you have enough skill to get through this?
for the face battles, kind of. I think later on, you may have more options in terms of
An actual
how
choice.
to do the battle. Where right now, when I play it, it's just I exhaust all my options, and if I have enough, then I win. You know.
Huh.
The one thing that I like about it, and again, I wish it was implemented differently, is that it'll ask, have you ever been in this situation? So say, you're fighting with some friends at school and your mom is angry at you because it will make their parents talk about whatever, you know what I mean? Just set up some situation and it'll
Uh-huh.
ask you as a player, has this ever happened to you before? And then it'll say, this many people have said yes to this. Right? Like as a
Oh.
connection to the issue though. And the thing I don't like about it is it just says this many people. It doesn't say out of how many or give you a percentage. It's just this many people said the same thing. I'm like, okay, but I don't know how many people said the other thing. You know what I mean? So
Exactly,
it
yeah.
doesn't mean anything. But I like the idea. It's just implementation was a little poor, right?
Yeah. They just missed one more half step there.
Yeah. but I dig
that
it.
they could easily fix.
Yeah.
Huh.
We spent,
That's
I played it with Fanny for, I'm looking here, for like 106 minutes, almost 2 hours. We sat down and played it the other day, and we were killing ourselves laughing at some of the stuff. And, if you're a parent, I think it makes you feel something, right? As I see this kid grow, I think about my own kid growing, and it's worth the price of admission. Like I said, it was on sale for like $7, which is totally worth it.
so. How can I nudge my kid slider into more of the like friendly side of things instead of asshole side of
Well,
things?
that's your choice, right? You can totally work on the no, but seriously though, you can work on
Yeah.
the EQ thing. You can practice your, because that's the idea, is that you can kind of focus your attention somewhere. And so
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
push the EQ thing, if you push the um uh playing with others and the communication part, like you can work on all that stuff and just kind of leave the other stuff to the wayside. So it's
Cool.
interesting to see.
Neat. 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 All right.
Hmm.
You've talked me into making this something that I will play this week for sure.
Sure.
Sweet. And thank you for the gift.
Not at all. Chinese parents. I think, yeah. What do you got?
What did I do? So this week I did the whole so what I ended up doing was I got tired of listening to everybody talk about Outer Wilds. Like I was feeling like I was gonna miss the boat on it if I left it any longer, and unfortunately it's not extremely easy to play right now because it's only available on certain platforms. So even on PC you can only play it in the Epic Game Store. You can't get it in the Windows Store or the or Steam right now. It'll be available later on, but like a good portion of the people that I follow on Twitter have been talking up this game enough, and I'm not too deep into it, but it's it's a thing. Like I can totally see how this is going to be a thing for a lot of people. Like
Sorry,
it's
Outer Wilds.
yeah. So it's it's a space exploration adventure game. You basically it's completely not voice acted at all, but there's different characters all over the place where you have where you can have like different conversations with different people. They're not human; they're all aliens, including yourself. You talk about various things such as um, like in kind of like a choose your adventure sort of way, and it seems like there's a repetition mechanic to it too. So you might die, but then you'll respawn and you'll get like you're aware of your respawning in the game. Uh, so I've only died once, so I don't know how far that mechanic goes. But obviously, you're exploring your solar system, so a lot of different things could possibly happen. Um, and it seems like a detailed like play box right now to me. Like it's very interesting, like as a world for me to like play and explore into it. And I really want to spend a lot more time this weekend when we have our long weekend, and hopefully can spend more time in it. But right now, like I keep thinking about like, oh, maybe I can go do this or that, and it's not like obvious puzzles or answers to everything. There's a lot of things that like it kind of encourages you to explore and experiment a little bit in it. And for such a for an indie game, it seems like it's got a lot of how can I put it? It's got a lot of depth, but not necessarily a lot of breadth. And so it seems like it's going to be something I really want to like get back into again. So that's the thing that I played like like I spent my free time on. I've been thinking about it quite a bit, and it like I can't wait to get back into it, sort of thing.
Outer Wilds.
Yeah. So it's published by Annapurna Interactive. I think Annapurna actually has picked up like a whole bunch of like hotter games this year. Like they're also one to look out for.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It looked kind of cool.
Yeah. The art style might not be for everybody, but I don't know. I just think that the possibilities in that game seem pretty interesting right now. The other thing, kind of game related, that I'm kind of interested in these kinds of games right now. There was another game I forgot about last week that I wanted to talk to you about. There's this game called 12 Minutes, and I don't remember if you've seen it before, but it's basically kind of a choose your own adventure for 12 minutes, trying to bump a story this way or that way, trying to get different outcomes and trying to understand what can what can be done. I'm really interested in this game right now. Something that they showed at E3. It actually went underground for a while and then came back up, and I think it's something to keep an eye out for. As
Oh,
soon
I
as
didn't like the trailer for this.
no,
No, it
I
looked
thought it was
too.
pretty interesting.
I mean, I think it's interesting. It just, I don't know. It didn't do it for me.
No.
Yeah, this is another Annapurna one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not completely sold on because I feel like Annapurna is picking up like the indie darling stuff. You know.
Yep.
Um. You know, you can compare it to what movie studio where every time I see the not publisher, the like the releasing company, I just it's gonna be one of these. You know what I mean? I kind of
Like
get that
the
vibe from.
like Miramax before and stuff like that, or
No, I liked what Miramax was doing, but just you know what I mean though. There's like there's a few just yeah okay. I kind of know what to expect when I see this. You know,
sure.
I'm not completely sold on Annapurna to be honest.
Hmm.
But hey, man, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
Um,
So, I don't really have that much more as far as game is concerned
that's all right.
this
I
week.
talked. I bought a couple other games. I just haven't played them yet. Like games keep going on sale, and I feel like because the summer's coming, and it's probably stupid because there's a billion games coming out next week, and like I don't know, I'm gonna be overloaded very very soon. But I
Yeah,
can very
specifically next week we should be overloaded, right? I mean,
yeah. Well,
we
here
got what
let's hold on,
Judgment.
hold on. Let's talk about it in a second. Can I say that I have 3 games that I bought that haven't touched any of them, and I downloaded the demo for one, which really impressed me. I downloaded.
Which was
Have you heard of Ambition of the Slimes?
Ambition of the Slimes. Oh,
Yeah, these are all Switch games. I only play Switch now. Ambition of the Slimes is like a tactical RPG. Apparently, it's really really good.
okay.
Like apparently there's a I forget what the system's like some kind of I wish I could remember the name of the system that they use, but apparently it's like really really strong. And some people say like this is mechanics wise this is better than any Fire Emblem game, and that kind of sold me, especially because it costs like $3. I bought a game called The Bug Butcher. Have you heard of Bug Butcher? Have you?
No.
Bug Butcher is like Pang or
Okay.
what are the Super Buster Brothers. Is that the other version of
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
But like you shoot bugs instead of balls. So we'll see. It was like $7, pretty cheap. Do you know anything about Faerun Collection? Fairune.
Wow. Okay. No.
Did you look it up?
I'm looking
Faerun
it up
Collection.
now.
There's like 4 games in here. Faerun 2, Faerun whatever. There's like 4 different games, and it looks like they're old. I have no idea where this thing came from, but I saw it in the store. I was like, "Yeah, give it a shot," and I bought that thing. I got a problem with eShop right now. And I
These
haven't.
not on 3DS before or something like that.
I don't know. It looked like something I'd be into, so I bought it. The game that I was really impressed by, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, looks awesome.
Yeah.
Did you play it?
No, it looks great.
They localized the thing that got me in this thing is the animation is ridiculous for like the opening. It looks really, really good. The song I'm assuming that it's a Japanese song they localized because it's in English and it sounds like really, really good. Um, like kid was all over it. She was downstairs. She wanted to play a game, and so I said, "What do you want to try?" And we were looking through the store, and she said about Monster Boy. So we started up, and like we were both super into it, which is it's cool. I mean, it's expensive as shit. I'm not gonna buy it, but
No, Wonder Boy was interesting.
mhm.
I always like was interested in that series, but I don't think I've ever given it a shot.
There you go.
Cool.
Outside of that, honestly, nothing. Well, I mean, this week is stupid. Maybe you can help me solve a problem. I think I've already kind of solved it, but I can run it by you and you can tell me what you think. I'm leaving on vacation in a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks today.
Yep.
Bloodstained and Judgment both come out tomorrow. Judge Eyes.
Yep.
Bloodstained, I feel, is going to be a fast run. I feel like I can finish with it quickly.
I agree.
Judgment, I feel I want to play, but I don't want to play it in the summer, and I don't want to play it on PS4 right now. Do you know what I mean? I'm really struggling with the idea of being locked to my TV. Which is Switch is great for that, right?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Yeah.
I
That's
just
your thing right
no,
now.
no, but it's no, but it's my thing every summer though. Like every summer, weather starts getting nicer. I don't want to be in the basement. Like I don't want to sit in the dark. I want to go outside. Um,
Right. Okay. I can appreciate that, but I just I don't know.
yep,
Like
don't agree. That's
for
fine.
me, like I have this nice TV, I have this great sound system. I'm like I want to use it. I don't want to use my Switch to be honest.
Yep.
It's not going to give me the same experience, the same feels.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about it at all. If I can play on the go or I can play upstairs, then I'd much rather do that. Um, Mario Maker 2 comes out on Friday.
Mhm.
So three pretty like I'm looking forward to playing all three of these games, but all three of them are not like AAA excitement for me. They're all like, yep, I want to play all of them. Um, I think what I'm gonna try to do is like tear ass through Bloodstained as hard as I can, finish it in a week, and then see if I can do that satisfaction trade in and get Judgment for like $20 more. And then just sit on Judgment while like a million other games come out.
Okay. So you're basically saying you're going to finish it now because you're going to have other stuff that you're going to play on your way to Taiwan and in Taiwan.
Yes, but it's more when I come back. Like when I come back from Taiwan, I got to pick up Dragon Quest Builders 2 and Fire Emblem.
Yeah, but
And then I'm
immediately
and then
after that, we're going on vacation together. I don't think you're going to be playing that for a bit, right?
no, I get that, but that's worse though because then I'm just like it's just building, right? Like it's and then a month later Astral Chain comes out. Like there's so many games coming out this summer.
You're not going to want to hear this, but is there stuff that you wouldn't mind buying online and having forever?
No, because I would buy it online. Do you know what I mean? Like I thought about picking up a couple of the vouchers, the eShop vouchers.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to because Mario Maker 2, I'll probably play a little bit and then trade it in. Dragon Quest Builders, as soon as I finish, I'll never play it again. Fire Emblem, I'll trade in, never play it again. Astral Chain, I'll finish, never play it again. Like Animal Crossing is really the only thing right now that I will probably keep, like keep, that I want to buy digital.
Okay.
I don't know. These are all games that I would like to play. Like it would be great to play Dragon Quest on my trip. But I mean, that's kind of where all these download games are coming from for Switch, right? I don't want to. Timing is just kind of not super great. But if I have Faerun Collection, Bug Butcher, Ambition of the Slimes, Pedro, I guess I still got to play Slay the Spire a little more, Octahedron a little more. What's that other one? That everybody loves. that I haven't played yet. What's that game called? What's the one that everybody likes? SteamWorld.
SteamWorld Quest, SteamWorld
No,
Dig 2.
no. Heist. SteamWorld
Yeah,
Heist.
yeah.
Right? Like I have a ton to play, like let alone Mario Maker, right? Like there's lots of stuff to play.
Okay, so you're not left wanting for things to do while you're on your trip. That's the only thing that I was like quote unquote concerned about.
Right. No,
Like,
I don't think so. I got lots to do.
right.
The again, my bigger issue is like when I get back, then there's like 2 heavy games waiting, and it's again, that's not a problem. It's just like 2 heavy games plus Judgment, right? So
Well,
I thought maybe I just keep Bloodstained and pick up Judgment when it's on sale later. But I also don't particularly feel like Bloodstained is something I want to keep for a long time.
yeah, no, I can see that. So I don't know. Like, I think you're a smart guy. You'll figure all of this out, and it's not the end of the world if you end up dropping one of them.
These are
Like,
not.
hopefully one of them like has a bad review, and then you can just say no. I don't need to get this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. We
It's
okay
like
then?
that's not even counting something like Marvel Ultimate Alliance if that jumps into your ship.
I mean, it's interesting, but not for full price. There's a lot of games I'm interested in. Like I think that's the issue, right? If there's games I'm like, yeah, I want to play that, I'll just put it on my wish list and wait for it to go on sale. And then when it goes on sale, then I'll just pick it up then. That's why there's kind of like runs where like I just bought like 3 games because they were all on the wish list and they were all on sale. So time to give it a shot. Price was
Yep.
right,
Yep.
So
All right. That's it, guys. You're getting a shorter one this week, and then next week, I don't know. Maybe we'll do one. We're not sure. It's Canada Day on the Monday.
probably unlikely then, eh?
We'll see. Maybe I'll do one with somebody or something like that.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. Talk to you later then.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good week. Bye.